All right, let's talk about AI. It's not science fiction anymore, right? It's literally reshaping our world. But, and this is a big but, with all that power comes some serious responsibility. So we're going to dive into the essential rulebook that's being written as we speak to guide it all. We're talking about AI governance. You've really got two sides of the same coin here. On one side, the promise of AI is just huge. I mean, we're talking about making amazing services available to everyone, supercharging economies, and cracking some of the world's toughest problems in areas like medicine and climate change. But then you flip that coin over, and the dangers, well, they're just as real. We're looking at totally new security threats, the very real risk of building our own biases right into the code, and even the potential for AI companions to manipulate our emotions. And this leads us to the million-dollar question, doesn't it? The one that's keeping policymakers, CEOs, and developers up at night. How in the world do we harness all of that incredible good stuff while dodging all the potential dangers? How do we build an AI-powered future that we can actually, trust?
And that fundamental tension right there, that push and pull between incredible promise and serious peril, that's our starting point. It's the whole reason we even need a rulebook in the first place.
So, what's the answer? How do we tackle this challenge? Well, a whole new field has emerged to do just that, and it's called AI governance. So what is it exactly? At its core, you can think of AI governance as the complete game plan. It's the whole framework, the policies, the practices, the processes that guide an AI system from just an idea on a whiteboard all the way to a real-world application. And the ultimate goal is to make sure these incredibly powerful systems are trustworthy, responsible, and, this is the most important part, fundamentally aligned with our human values. This whole governance thing is built on a few key pillars. Let's start with the first one, fairness. You know the old saying, garbage in, garbage out, right? Well, it's the same here. If the data you feed in AI is biased, the results coming out will be biased too. So fairness is all about actively preventing these systems from creating or even reinforcing harmful discrimination. It's about checking for those blind spots right from the start. Next up is a big one, accountability. If an AI system makes a mistake, who's responsible? You can't just point a finger at the algorithm. This principle says there have to be clear lines of ownership. It makes sure there are actual humans in the loop who are answerable for what the AI does. No more, the algorithm did it, excuses. The third pillar is transparency, and sometimes you'll hear it called explainability. And it just makes sense. We can't trust a black box. This means we have to be able to understand, at least on some level, how an AI system actually reaches its conclusions. It's absolutely crucial for fixing things when they go wrong, for auditing, and for building genuine trust with users. And finally, we have safety and security. This is really about protecting AI systems from being hacked or manipulated with bad data, while also making sure they operate safely in the real world without causing unintended harm. So you put them all together, fairness, accountability, transparency, and safety, and those are the pillars of trustworthy AI. Okay, principles are great, but they can't just be words on a page, right? How do they actually translate into the real world? Let's take a look at how governance is put into action, from the very first line of code to its impact on all of us in society. Here's the key thing to get. Governance isn't a one-and-done deal. It has to be woven into every single stage of an AI's life. It starts at the very beginning, with design and planning. It continues through development and testing. It's there during deployment, and it even covers the ongoing monitoring and eventually when the system is retired. It's a continuous process, not just a one-time checklist. Now, this isn't just happening inside a few companies. The effort to write the AI rulebook is a massive, multi-level undertaking. So, who's in charge of all this? Well, the answer is pretty much everyone. If you look inside a modern organization, you're seeing entirely new roles and teams pop up. We're talking about a chief AI officer who oversees the big picture strategy, an AI governance board to make the tough calls, and a dedicated AI safety team whose whole job is to manage risk. This kind of internal structure is quickly becoming the new standard. Then if you zoom out to the national level, governments are absolutely stepping in. The biggest example right now is probably the EU's AI Act. It takes a risk-based approach. Basically, the higher the risk an AI poses, the stricter the rules. Meanwhile, other countries are busy creating their own laws, leading to this complex but rapidly evolving global patchwork of regulation. And this is a great look at the international effort in action. You have these high-level ethical guides from groups like the OECD and UNESCO. Think of these as soft law. They're not legally binding, but they set global norms. Then you have hard standards like ISO 42001, which is a specific, certifiable system that organizations can use to prove they're handling AI responsibly. Together, all these layers create the system of governance.
So, with all these rules, roles, and regulations, what are we actually trying to achieve here? What's the end game? Well, it all comes down to one simple but incredibly difficult word: trust.
This quote really hits the nail on the head. It's not just about staying out of trouble. Getting governance right is what will separate the organizations that successfully innovate with AI from those that get left behind. It's really a measure of maturity. Because ultimately, the goal isn't just to check a box for a regulator. It's about earning, and crucially, maintaining something that is very hard to win and very easy to lose: our trust. Without it, even the most advanced AI technology in the world is going to fail. And the pressure to get this right is mounting, and it's mounting fast. Just look at this number: 50%.
What does that mean? It means Gartner predicts that by 2026, which is right around the corner, half of all governments worldwide will be enforcing responsible AI through actual laws. The era of just having voluntary principles is rapidly giving way to the era of hard legal requirements.
But you know, laws and policies alone are not enough. This whole system relies on people. You need diverse teams with the right mix of technical, legal, and ethical skills to make it work. And this is why continuous training and professional certifications are becoming absolutely essential for anyone working in this field.
Which leaves us with the final critical question. We are trying to build the rulebook while the game itself is changing at an exponential rate. With AI evolving faster than any technology in human history, can our governance frameworks, our laws, our ethics, our teams ever truly keep pace? That is the challenge that's going to define the next decade.